Oke. Hai guys, welcome to the podcast. Dengan saya Sakia Survey Mukhtar sebagai host. So today we're diving into something super important but also kind of tricky. So our topic is education in the era of globalization. Before we get started, I'm super excited to introduce today's guest. Jadi guest kita ada Marsha dan Artesia. And we're gonna dive into some really interesting perspective together. So welcome to the podcast, guys. Okay, how are you today? Yes.
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm feeling great right now. Thank you. So, jadi kita masuk aja di pertanyaan ya. Jadi pertanyaan pertama, what does globalization mean to you, especially in the context of education?
Oke, mulai dari siapa dulu nih?
Oke, dari yang mana aja nih? Yang mana nih mau? Dari Marsha dulu deh.
Oke, tadi globalization in education ya. Globalization in education for me is about connection. Jadi di mana dunia itu terasa menjadi lebih kecil karena siswa bisa belajar dari berbagai negara, budaya, dan bahkan langsung dari expert melalui internet. And it's not only about knowledge, but also about sharing perspectives and preparing ourselves to be part of a bigger world.
Okay. So how about Artesia?
For me, globalization in the context of education means having wider opportunities to gain knowledge without being limited by space and time. Jadi kayak menurut saya globalisasi dalam pendidikan berarti terbukanya kesempatan yang luas untuk menimba ilmu tanpa terikat jarak maupun waktu. Melalui proses ini, kita dapat menjangkau berbagai sumber pembelajaran dari seluruh dunia.
Oke, bagus. Jawaban yang bagus ya. Oke, jadi pertanyaan kedua, in your view, what are the biggest positive impact of globalization on education today? Like, how about Marsha?
Okay, the biggest impact are access and collaboration. Access means knowledge is available almost everywhere, seperti lewat online courses, digital libraries, and even social media. And collaboration means kita bisa belajar bareng dengan siswa dari negara lain, exchange ideas, dan dapat pengalaman baru yang tidak bisa kita dapatkan hanya dari kelas lokal. Plus, globalization has pushed school to use technology and making learning more modern and flexible. Okay.
Yes,
That's
I
it.
agree.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the answer. How about Artesia?
In my view, the biggest positive impact of globalization on education today is the increased learning resource from around the world. Jadi tuh kayak globalisasi tuh bisa kasih kontribusi besar pada pendidikan dengan menyediakan sumber belajar yang beragam, memperkenalkan budaya dengan metode baru, serta membuka peluang kerjasama internasional yang dapat meningkatkan pengetahuan siswa.
dengan apa? Pengetahuan siswa.
Yes.
Oke, ada pengetahuan siswa. Oke. Next question. In your opinion, should education focus more on technology or on character? Why? How about Masha?
Because it helps us survive in today's world. Jadi, the best way is balance, building strong character as the foundation, then using technology as a powerful tool to support that growth. Jadi, I think it's both, but character should come first.
How about Artesia? Do you have like pendapat dari
In my opinion, education should not focus on only one aspect, whether technology or character, because both are equally important. Kayak karakter itu menjadi fondasi utama dalam pendidikan karena dengan moral yang baik, perkembangan teknologi dan ilmu pengetahuan dapat dimanfaatkan secara tepat serta memberi manfaat bagi banyak orang.
Jadi without strong character ya, jadi teknologi can be misused. Okay. So next question. How can we balance global learning with preserving local culture and identity?
Okay. We can do it by combining both. For example, belajar global science or international history, but at the same time, still teaching local languages, traditions, and values. So students bisa jadi global citizen, but also proud of where they come from.
I agree. How about Artesia?
For me, we can balance global learning with preserving local culture and identity by integrating international content while respecting and teaching values, tradition, and history. For example, schools can include lessons on global developments and modern technology. Keseimbangan antara pembelajaran global dan budaya lokal sangat penting agar pendidikan tidak hanya menyiapkan siswa menghadapi perkembangan dunia modern, tetapi juga menanamkan nilai, bahasa, dan tradisi bangsa.
Ya, kita bisa menyeimbangkan dengan menggunakan teknologi dan pengetahuan global untuk membuat kearifan lokal, mengajarkan semua siswa tentang budaya mereka sendiri. Okay. So next question, what's your hope for the future of education in the globalized world?
Okay, my hope is that education will become more inclusive, fair, and equal. Every student, no matter where they live, should have access to good quality learning. I also hope that school prepares students not only with academic skill but also with creativity, adaptability, and empathy. Jadi mereka bisa menghadapi global challenge while still respecting cultural diversity.
My hope for the future of education in globalist world is the creation of a more inclusive, fair, and accessible system for everyone, regardless of their background. I hope education will not only emphasize technological advancement and global knowledge, but also continue to value cultural diversity, human values, and nurture a generation that is tolerant and able to collaborate across nations. Jadi, saya berharap untuk pendidikan di masa depan adalah terwujudnya sistem yang terbuka dan adil bagi semua orang tanpa memandang latar belakang. Pendidikan itu tidak hanya berfokus pada teknologi dan pengetahuan global, tetapi juga pada keberagaman budaya serta nilai kemanusiaan.
Okay. Next question is impact of the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and competence-sized students need to develop. How about Marsha?
Okay. The fourth industrial revolution changed the way we live, study, and work through digital technology. And to face it, students need to build digital literacy, critical thinking, and creativity, collaboration, adaptability, and respect for cultural diversity. And I think with the skills, we can shine in the future world.
Can you give me one example and explain it?
Okay, for example, critical thinking and problem solving to deal with uh, complexity. It means using logical thinking and creativity to analyze complex situations, then finding smart and practical solutions. I think that's
Okay, thank you for the answer, Usman.
The revolution brings automation, artificial intelligence, and digital connectivity that transform the way we learn and work. Students need to develop 21st century competencies such as critical thinking, creativity, and communication. Besides this, students must also build emotional intelligence, resilience, and a growth mindset.
Okay. Can you give me one example and explain it?
Okay, mana yang tadi tunggu?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
One example is digital literacy. This competency is important because it helps students adapt to modern learning environments and work settings where digital skills are essential for communication, research, and problem solving.
Yeah, that's correct. I agree. So next question is how about like challenges of access and alternative learning models? How about Marsha?
Iya, ini saya sudah ini kan anunya apa namanya?
Apa?
Contohnya jawabanku
Yang nomor satu?
bukan ini yang
Yang ini?
selanjutnya.
Oh, iya. Udah aku kasih itu example. Okay.
Okay, one big challenge ya. Menurut saya, one big challenge in education is unequal access because not all students have internet, gadgets, or even safe schools, ya kan?
Of course.
And to face this, alternative learning models are created. For example, online learning helps students read classes from home, and blended learning mixes online and offline methods.
Okay, I
And
agree.
community-based learning uses local resource to like libraries or study groups.
Study groups.
And these models give more change for students to keep learning even with different situations.
Okay, okay. It's good answer. Thank you, Marsha. How about
Is in rural areas, some schools partner with local community centers to share internet facilities and device, enabling students to participate in online classes.
okay? Good. Okay, lanjut nomor 3 ini.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is the last. Okay, the last question is practical steps for digital literacy and technology ethics in the curriculum. How about Marsha?
Okay. I think schools can take simple but powerful steps. For example, uh, teaching students how to find reliable information online, guiding them to use social media responsibly, and showing the importance of protecting privacy and respecting others in digital space.
Okay.
Um, and teacher can also aided tunggu pronunciasinya itu aided kah?
Apa itu?
Yang ada deh
Aid.
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 Sorry. Nanti cut ya.
Iya, iya.
Sorry.
Okay,
Aid.
continue. Let's go.
And teachers can also aid small projects like making a digital poster with proper citation to practice both skill and ethics. I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Marsha. How about Artiksha?
For me, to prepare students for the digital world, school should include digital literacy, training from an early age, such as basic internet use and data analysis. Teaching technology ethics is also important, raising awareness about privacy, data security, and plagiarism. Students can engage in projects like creating positive only.
Okay.
Katinan Tina
Oh, yung bagaimana itu?
yang bagian studentsnya. Yang terakhir itu yang plagiarisme terus students awalnya. Uh, Students can engage in projects like creating positive online content or developing creative media. Additionally, technology should be integrated across subjects like science, art, and language. For example, a school can, for example, is a school can implement a project where students create a blog about environmental issues, practicing digital skills while learning to respect copyright and online privacy. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you guys for the answer. So this is ending. Alright, that's all from our podcast today. Thank you for Larsha and Artisha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully, our talk gave you something useful and fun to think about. So, thanks for listening and answer the question. And see you in the next podcast.
See you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.